Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon to you, wherever you are, whatever time it is when you listen to this. Welcome to my channel. All right, this is going to be the Destiny Path reading for Destiny Path 6, okay? If you're unfamiliar with the Destiny Path, Mercury. Oh, goodness. Mercury. All right. But if you're unfamiliar with what a destiny path is, it is the sum total of all the letters in your name. And the way that you calculate your destiny path is you take every letter from the alphabet, right? At the top of the page, you write 1 through 9, right? And then for every letter of the alphabet, it will have a correlating number, meaning 1 would be A, 2 would be B, 3 would be C, and so on and so forth, okay? Until you get to 9, then you start over, all right? All right. So, of course, not all readings are going to resonate with everyone. If it doesn't resonate with you, that's okay. That is okay. That simply means that this reading isn't for you, all right? And if it don't fit, don't force it. If it does, don't ignore it. That's that portion. The other thing, within me doing this reading, I may call out signs, I may not call out signs, okay? When the signs do come up and come out, I'll definitely acknowledge them. However, this is going to be more so in regards to you and what it is that you would have going on in order for you to get a little bit more clarity, right, on what your destiny path could or would be. All right, all right. So Destiny Path 6, right, the organizer, right, and the funny thing about Destiny Paths, right, is they can change. Whereas your life path wouldn't necessarily change, but your destiny path would. All right. Okay. Magus. So we got the Magician coming out, Mercury, communication, uh, Virgo, Gemini essence. All right. Unavoidable towers, some of the stuff that, or escaping a tower. We'll see exactly what this is going will be pertaining to, or even the underground, right? So we got Six of Cups, the Hermit reverse, Queen of Cups, Princess of Wands, the Empress, and Nine of Pentacles. Basically, what this is giving is the spiritual connections that come into place with the fruitfulness of what it is to be single or independent. Okay, how it is one would manifest their independence when they're within them being in isolation. What is really given is who you are, where you are right now. You need to pay attention to who you are when you are fruitful and independent, meaning just apart from everybody, is kind of what I'm getting from this. Who you are in those moments versus who you are when you're around people is really what this is giving. All right. So it's that portion. The other thing is the inspirations and how it is that you would attract things to come to you for your independence with what it is you would have nurtured. Since they are coming out, the main thing you want to pay attention to is with this Queen of Cups and this Princess of Wands in regards to the good news or feeling the good news. Uh, what have you nurtured about not only spiritual connections, but within a person being, or within even you being by yourself or looking within yourself? One of the things I'm gonna go on here and say is some people can't be alone. Okay, some people can't stand being by their damn self, right? But that's where this Queen of Cups essence comes into place, not only with the intuition and being nurturing, but also with paying attention to what it is that would have been nurtured as far as intuition. One of the things that's really, really coming to me in regards to this Destiny Path 6, pay attention to what you are taking in your body because literally everything has memory, okay? They call alcohol spirits for a reason because they invoke a particular spirit, right? That's that portion. The other portion of it is even with water. Water has memory, right? I feel inclined to say, right? If you've ever been crying and you tried drinking a cup of water at the same time that you're crying, it's like you can't do both. It's very, very difficult to do both. Okay, so I don't know why that's important, but paying that some attention. The other thing is within you manifesting different spiritual connections, looking inside yourself, right? Destiny Path 6 is going to show you what it is that you nurtured to be good or to be bad. You get what I'm saying? So Destiny Path 6, you really want to pay attention to how that's coming up. I'm grabbing these wisdom cards real quick in your independence and over the course of 9 years when it comes and pertains to love. Okay? Manifesting love and communication. Now this communication came into place with this Empress and Nine of Pentacles. What it is to be single in the communication. What it is not only to be single, but to be a mother, but to be fruitful by yourself. One of the songs that was coming to me a whole lot, and I'm guessing this is for you because it's coming to me now. I Can Do Bad All By Myself. That was not only was that a stage play, but and even what people associate the theatrics of a person being single. Everybody thinks that being single, being independent is supposed to look a certain way, right? And that may not necessarily be true, especially from what it is that I'm getting for this from you, or for you within your destiny path. Okay, destiny path 6, and then divine guidance and higher knowing. You're gonna have to pay attention to your intelligence and what it is that you know within this spirit whisperer. One of the things that come into place, right? Um, During introspection, right? And even when you coming out and talking about different things that would have come into place that you would have recognized is pay attention to where the spirit is speaking from. Because one of the things that this is given is that it's your body talks to you just as well. So in short, listen to your heart is one of them. Listen to your heart and listen to your mind. Use your heart. Oh, or SWV. Use your heart and not your eyes. Baby, just relax your body. That's a good song. I like that song. But yeah, so let's see what this spiritual contract would be with coming through Murder of Crows. Let's see what that would be talking about in regards to that. Real quick. I will say this much. I see a lot of blue. I see a lot of blue in these cards with hints of red. Pay attention to those times where you, during this introspecting period, are you looking for what you're afraid of or are you looking for what you are proud of or happy about? And one of the other things it is that will be coming into place is the induction of fears being outside of one's mind, ensure what it is to be off of someone's mind, and then not coming to clarity. But veteran Air Force is one. Not being a Gemini. Some of this stuff that's kind of coming into place is check your sun, moon, rising, and north if you're gonna be listening for the signs in your destiny path. But what it is for one not to walk in their truth when you're in your destiny path, when you don't walk in your truth, and the cycle being incomplete within one waiting, within one waiting, and there not being telepathy in regards to them looking inside themselves, and then they're not being loved. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Huh. And how you'll misread things. Destiny Path 2. Not 2. If you would have miscalculated something, thinking that it would have been one thing and it's something else. So what this is giving is it, the the sum of all numbers is one of the things that I'm kind of hearing right now, and reduction. You got to pay attention to how you're reducing things. It was something that would have came into place with a being off one's mind. Huh. And what it is how it feels like the when the communications are out of whack, it feels like the whole world is turned upside down, right? But one cycle not being open, or sorry, the cycle being open for waiting. It was some stuff. One of the other things that's coming to me is within it being a month of February, looking inside of oneself at the month of February. I ain't even gonna say, yeah, and what it is for there to be hatred of jealousy and one not manifesting the emotional manipulations for a year. So, Destiny Pass 6, what you need to pay attention to is how do you wait? If you're working on your patience, because this is what this is giving, y'all. Okay, I know the Sagittarius card didn't come up, but what is the essence that is given is who are you when you are waiting? So, I might have to change the name of it. But who are you when you're waiting for things to grow and develop and you're single? Because if you're looking for love in all the wrong places, first and foremost, if you're looking for love outside of yourself, that's one of the things you want to work on, Destiny Pass 6, okay? Because you got to look for it inside yourself. A lot of times, the answers to the questions we need are right there within us, and we just haven't allowed ourselves the time to, for real, just breathe through things, okay? It's the community. Another thing that's coming into place is the some spiritual connections that would have come into place based out of what day it is. What day it is? It's kind of what I'm getting from that. Community, sudden wealth, the influence of sudden wealth or feeling lucky, the intuitive nature that'll come into place with the okay with the information that will be collected in the end. Oh, and then there's the end, the ending, the coffin. Anything else? And lovers. Yeah. So what I'm getting from this is the huh, no, because one of the things that is given is how the community would give gifts, right? And if you know, you know. If you don't, you don't, right? But Destiny Path 6, pay attention to the whether this is you or the other person, right? The intention behind the gift and what constitutes as a gift, right? With the sudden wealth, okay? If it, yeah, because one of the things that I'll go on here and say, yeah, one of the things I'll go on here and say is, because the card right under it is poverty, right? Gift and poverty, right? How a gift would shift and change based out of one's class is kind of what this is giving. Like if you love a person, Destiny Pass 6, right, or they love you, it's that ideal set of what could I give them, right, that they would love, right, and how what this is given for you, Destiny Pass 6, is within the community being viewed as wealthy, with ending the lovers, being fortunate, the fortunateness that comes into place with ending lovers or Gemini, right? So the planets that you want to pay attention to is what's in your Venus and what's in your Mercury. You also want to pay attention to what's in what's this other one? Hold on. You also want to pay attention to what your earth sign is, like the sign that you were born under. So Earth, Venus, and Mercury. All right. Let's get these last two and then I'll let you guys go. Okay, it says wait. Don't rush into it. Allow nature to take its course. Patience, where it says patience is needed. Part of it is given, two of them. Patience is needed, meaning a community of sick people, right? Like a hospital or something like that. That's one of them. The other thing is being actually being patient. What does it mean to actually be patient? It means, well, one of the ways that I learned, right, for being patient, take deep breaths. If you take deep breaths and you keep going, that's one way you can exhibit patience. The other thing is don't think about it until it comes back around to you. That's another one. Sacred union. Honor and treasure your relationship, for it is truly sacred, and criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform. In short, you got to see where you are now, because part of it will be about meeting where you are. How a person would need to meet you where they are, or you would need to start meeting them where they are, life past six, especially considering it with the thought process of what it is that you would even pay attention to as good or bad news, right? And the other portion of it being what it is to have this inspiration to come into or to be attracted to. Life past six, I'm gonna go, oh, not life past six, Destiny past six. Pay attention to your spiritual connections and also pay attention to what it is that would have manifested in June in regards to these varying aspects when you would have been creeping off to yourself and whether or not you would have been mentally abusive with your candle magic and things of that nature. It's coming out, so I gotta address it. The candle magic and all this other stuff, and paying attention to the abuse of one's mental abuse is something else. Yeah, and I'll go ahead and say it because it was kind of coming to me before I came into this reading. But the whole aspect of if you're abusive, that a person can't leave you. I'm gonna go ahead and say this: Tina left Ike, so you could not need a burner because you learn from Ike Turner all you want to, but Ike Turner ain't do too good after this. I just feel like I needed to say that. And pay attention to the other thing is in your introspection whether these are really nurturing good relationships, part one, or if they're trauma bonds. So it's a trauma bond versus the true bond in regards to what constitutes as a lover, friend, and even your friends and your coworkers can constitute as lovers because it would be that they would have an affinity for you, right? All right. So hopefully that helps you guys out just a little bit, gave you a tad bit of an inclination as to a few things that could be going on with you. If you like to schedule your own personal sexual clarity, you're more than welcome to do so at lightwork@gmail.com. Okay? But see, remember, like work, it ain't like work. It is not like work. It's not like work. And that's why you have to stay light while you work